Radio-Canada and CBC News have obtained new data from the Canada Border Services Agency. It shows a significant change in the number of asylum claims since U.S. President Donald Trump took office. And on the campaign trail today, all of the major party leaders weighed in on the findings. And the CBC's Mark Carcasole joins us now with a closer look at what's going on. So, Mark, the numbers show a pretty significant uptick at one border crossing, a key border crossing in Quebec.
Yeah, that border crossing would be the Lacolle border crossing into or out of New York State. It's only 8 kilometers away from the old irregular Roxham Road crossing, which was closed in 2023. People in Quebec will remember that crossing and the stories around it very well. Now, that particular crossing, Lacolle, has seen significant increases in crossings. And this is an actual CBSA regular crossing, but they're seeing several more instances of asylum claimants and coming through there and putting in applications since the start of this year, since Donald Trump was inaugurated as U.S. president in January. So taking a look at their numbers here, we see that in January, they received 560 asylum applications at that particular crossing. The next month, February, 755 crossings. After that, 1,356 asylum applications from people crossing over. And then at the start of this month, April, they only have the data up to April 6th so far, already 557 asylum applications at that crossing, which is almost the same number for all of January. Also, that is a pace of about 92 people laying asylum claims per day, which would mean if they continue on pace, they'll have about 2,760 asylum claims at that particular crossing by the end of the month. This, as Andrew mentioned, has been a hot topic on the campaign trail today, especially in Quebec, certainly, but across Canada, immigration is an issue that everyone and every political leader is certainly talking about. Pierre Poilievre, the leader of the Conservative Party, spoke about it today. He says that Canada needs to get tougher on immigration. He doesn't want to shut people out. He believes asylum claimants belong in Canada, but they have to go through due process.
Obviously, after the lost Liberal decade, our immigration system is broken. They've allowed massive fraud in international student, temporary foreign workers, and in false refugee claimants. Obviously, if someone is a true refugee, who are truly endangered abroad and they come in under the proper rules, then they should be allowed to stay. But if they're a fraudster, they will have to go.
Jagmeet Singh, the leader of the NDP, also commented on it in French today at a campaign stop. But to paraphrase what he said, essentially, he admits that there are problems with Canada's immigration system currently. He says the federal government has to do its part, put forward the resources, make the necessary investments to avoid what has happened in the past, he says. Liberal leader Mark Carney also weighed in on it today in a question also in French. He said the situation in the U.S. has changed everything. It's changed the fact that now there's a possibility of a wave of asylum seekers coming into Canada. He says both Canada and the U.S. need to work together to address that possibility. In terms of those coming over at the Lacolle crossing, it's believed that many of them are of Haitian descent making these asylum claims, and that essentially their temporary status in the U.S. is set to expire very soon, in many cases by the end of the month, and fearing deportation, they are now coming over to Canada.
All right, Mark, thank you. The CBC's Mark Carcasole.